Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. We're live for another Euro 2020 watch-along. It's the Netherlands against Austria. How are we all doing? Fantastic. I really enjoyed the stream that Craig did earlier actually for the Belgium-Denmark game. And Denmark losing was quite disappointing, wasn't it? Wanted them to win. I think a lot of people wanted them to win. Didn't quite happen. Belgium are a good side. But they've still got an opportunity because Russia beat Ukraine. That means that Russia have got 3 points. No, that's the wrong group. Russia beat Finland, so Russia have got 3 points. Finland beat Denmark, so they've got 3 points. Belgium have won 2, they've got 6 points. Denmark have got no points. But if Belgium beat Finland and Denmark beat Russia, Denmark could still go through as second place or maybe third place. So hopefully Denmark can do that. Because I think we all feel for Denmark after this Eriksen thing. And they're not a bad side. They're not a bad side, Denmark, either. I think that they're a good side. So hopefully they can come through. But tonight's game is the Netherlands against Austria. And this group is 3 points for Netherlands, 3 points for Austria. Ukraine obviously beat North Macedonia this afternoon as well. So that's where we're looking at the moment. They're all on 3 points, but obviously Ukraine have played 2 games. Ukraine very, very close to getting a draw against the Dutch last Sunday, but obviously they didn't. So tonight it's the Dutch against Austria. I think this could be a good game. I think it could be a good game. And the Netherlands are a team that's well, you know, I don't really know what to say about the Netherlands. I think they're a decent side, as we know. De Ligt plays today. I think he'd missed the first game, so they've got. I mean, look at that. You know, the Netherlands look better with De Ligt in it, don't they? De Ligt, De Vrij, and Blind as their 3 centre backs. Stekelenburg in goal. Van Aanholt and Dumfries as wing backs. De Roon and Frankie De Jong, and then Wijnaldum, Weghorst, and Depay. It's not a bad side. As sides go, that is not a bad side. And, you know, it's got more than enough quality in it to go quarterfinals, I think. Looking at the Austrian side, Bachmann, Dragovic, Alaba, Hentriger, Schlager, Lehner, Lemaire, Sabitzer, Ulmer, Gregorich, and Baumgartner. I mean, obviously, Arnautovic is actually suspended because of the way that he celebrated his goal. I mean, I like quite Grilch. He's on the bench though, number 10, but he's a sub. So look, I think that they've got more than enough quality, as I said, to cause the Netherlands a few problems tonight. But it'll be interesting. It's going to be interesting. We want Craig back, says Gargamon. Well, you've got me. Austria are better than the Netherlands, says Benny. Well, we'll see. We're going to see. We're going to see whether that's going to be the case or not. But I'm looking forward to it. I'll give you my early score prediction. I think that the Netherlands are going to win this 2-1. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting game because I think that, you know, you don't want to be in a situation where you're not qualifying first from the group. And these two, I mean, also, look, the Netherlands are going to beat North Macedonia in their last game, but Austria, if they were to lose this, it just makes it a very interesting last game against the Ukraine. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 to the Netherlands, who I have learnt to use the word Netherlands and not call them Holland, so I'm going there. Ashley Young back in the Premier League, thoughts, Mark, says Connor. Yeah, I don't know whether is he actually officially signed for Villa now, because that's interesting. Gattuso to Tottenham as well, according to Romano. I mean, Tottenham are hilarious. I really thought they were going to get Conte. They didn't. Then I thought they were going to get Fonseca, which was a mistake. And now, I thought it was a mistake. And now they're going to get Gattuso, who in no way is Gattuso one of the best managers in the world. But I think he's a little bit box office. Apparently it's just been announced now by Romano. But to be fair, I'm sure he said here we go about Fonseca as well. So Gennaro Gattuso is in advanced negotiations with Tottenham board over a potential 2-year contract. George Mendes is directly involved in the discussions between Spurs and the former Napoli manager. He's not even that good as a coach, is he? Yeah, he's not even that good as a coach. So it'll be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. With that Gattuso thing, but it's not Conte. It's not Conte. They should have. He's not Conte. Sorry, I just had a message from somebody there that just made absolutely no sense. Mark, will KG still be around the United stands as Havid's? No, he's left, mate. I think he made that very clear, didn't he? Goldie, bringing in Ramos and Ronaldo makes my pants get tight. You're a hero here in the USA, says Mike John. Thank you very much, Mike. And hey, Mark, bit controversial, but I like Ben White a lot, and I think he can become a good player at United alongside Maguire, says Max. Someone's got to like him. Has the Euros been as good as you expected? Do you actually need glasses, or is it just to make you look better, says Matthew Larney? No, I do need glasses. I've noticed it more over the last year, really. I probably should have worn them a little bit more regularly in my early YouTube career, because then I think I wouldn't have to wear them as much as I do now. But it's for the chat. I'm starting to not be able to read the chat. Would you take De Ligt at Manchester United, says David Smith? Would I take De Ligt at Manchester United? Get your questions in. We've just gone through the team news, by the way. I'm looking forward to this game tonight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game tonight. But would I take De Ligt at Manchester United? No, I don't think he fits what Manchester United need. I mean, look, watch him tonight. I've always had concerns about De Ligt's pace. I mean, he's better than Lingard. De Ligt and Maguire would work, but that's a little bit like saying, if you're not happy with your wife because she's rubbish, I nearly said because she's what, and I can't say anything that any of those things. No, I can't say anything that's not going to sound sexist here, so I'm not going to say it. If you're not happy with your wife because she doesn't laugh at your jokes, and you don't really get on that well, and there's no chemistry, and you don't find each other attractive, do you get rid of her just because there's someone who's not that, you don't really find each other attractive, but she laughs at your jokes? Or actually, do you get rid of your wife and find somebody that laughs at your jokes, you get on with, and you both find each other attractive? And that's a little bit like De Ligt for me. He's an improvement on Lindelof, but he's still got issues. So, for me, a Varane or a Koundé suits us better. That doesn't mean he's better than De Ligt. It just means that he suits us better than De Ligt. So, yeah. But yeah, I was going to wander into territory that would have got me in trouble there. If you want to get rid of your wife because she's bad in a certain area, was where I was going to go. And thank God I don't do that. I didn't do that. So let's have a look at your questions. What analogy was that? I had to work on my feet. Or on my arse, Oscar, because I am sat down. How was your day, Mark? Says Advath. It's been an interesting day, actually. Seb's birthday today, so happy birthday to Seb. So we've been messing about playing football in the garden and stuff. And that's why I've not been involved in the earlier watch-alongs. But of course, it's the England game tomorrow. Yeah, Ricky's still involved on the United stand. He's off Twitter because of some stupid tweet that I think he got into trouble for. So he's been off Twitter and stuff, and he's very busy with the Euros doing his job. So he will be back. Yeah, he will be back. Mark, can you send me Beth's number? Yeah. 1 minute. I'll just get a pen and paper. Happy birthday, Seb, legend in the making, says Rath. Thanks for all the lovely messages there. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 tonight. 2-1 to the Netherlands. But I think Austria are a good side. England played Austria just before the Euros started in Middlesbrough, and I was quite impressed with the way they moved the ball about. Some good players as well. Sabitza's a good player, of course. Alaba's a good player, of course. But I think in general, and I think that's something as well about this tournament. I think there's something about this tournament as well where Hungary, Ukraine, they may not have household names, but they do have that ability to make a game of it. And I think that Austria have got more than enough players who can do that, as well as having some quality players as well. So I'm looking forward to having this. Sergey, why did KG also leave? Why are people asking me questions about all this now? Like it's such old news. I mean, I don't think anybody really wants to talk about it. There's been a load of stuff that's been said about it that's a load of lies. The reality is, it's done, it's gone, and it was done amicably. And we, the United Stand, didn't want anybody to leave, and that was made very, very clear. But it's a difficult situation, isn't it? Difficult situation, and. Difficult in the sense that we didn't want it to happen, but life moves on. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. What's your opinion on Austria's defence, says Carl? It's all right. It's all right. I am doing Finland versus Belgium on Monday. I haven't watched Finland with. I haven't watched Belgium with any of you good people yet, have I? So I am looking forward to doing that. I think they're the only team I've not done a watch along for so far. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. Liverpool or Man City? Where's the main man, Craig? Says Reese. This is my channel. But I did think Craig did a fantastic job, and I think we're going to get him another game to do in the next couple of days because he's eager and good at it, and we're very happy to have him on as part of these Euros watch-alongs. So thank you very much. I feel like I haven't been on this channel for a while. I mean, I was on last night, but it's weird when there is content on the channel and you're not on it. When are you going to play some FIFA? I do need to play some FIFA, but it's been a while, hasn't it? So it's just so busy at the moment. Like a lot of people are saying to me, "Well, when are you going to do Cooking with Goldbridge? When are you going to do this sort of time?" And it's like, do you want to put a stick up my arse and make me into a broom as well? It's like it's proper busy. It's proper busy, which is good. But it's hard to focus on anything else, really. And obviously, we're still doing content on the United stand, which is really important because there's a lot of stuff going on. Right, let me just get that done. That's done. 3 games a day, it's busy, says Wolfie. Yeah, I mean, could you imagine me trying to do a FIFA stream at the moment? Oh, come and watch me play FIFA career mode. But there's a match at 5 o'clock. It's hard. It's hard work. Can't get enough of you, Goldbridge, says Samson Jack. And how are you, Mark? Says Ralph. I'm tired. I am tired, but I'm all right. How are you lot? I've got my salmon shorts on today, if anyone can remember those. Leaps like a salmon in these. I'm very good at headers in these shorts. Hey Mark, what are your thoughts on Thomas Delaney? I don't know why I'm being asked about Thomas Delaney. Is there a reason why I'm being asked about Thomas Delaney? It's the second time I've been asked about Thomas Delaney today. And I'm not sure why I'm being asked about Thomas Delaney. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know whether I'm walking into a trap about Thomas Delaney here. Hi, Mark. Have you seen all the Scotland fans in London today? Says SM. Yep, they're on holiday, aren't they? We will have the live stream from the fan park tomorrow for the England watch-along as well, which I'm really looking forward to. If you watch the England-Croatia game, we've got the fan park, which we can have in the top left-hand corner. So hopefully we're going to get some goal. I'm proper excited about that tomorrow. Proper excited about England versus Scotland tomorrow. Win that game when we top the group, but win that game when we shut the Scots up as well. And they are going to be desperate to win that. And you know what? The thing is, England beat Croatia, Scotland lose to Czech Republic, and you're like, oh, we're fine. But I must admit, I'm now starting to think, well, if Scotland beat us tomorrow, they've got the same amount of points. So, it's interesting in that sense, isn't it? Interesting. Hi, Mark. Is there a player that took you by surprise so far in the Euros? Mine would be Locatelli for sure, says Paul Farmer. Well, Paul, I'm such an educated guy around world football, as you know. I'm such an educated guy that sorry, I've just had a phone call from somebody that's quite important here. I'm such an educated guy, and I already knew about Locatelli. And I already knew about Alexander Isak as well. So Isak and Locatelli are 2 players that I already knew about anyway. So not too fussed about that. But has anybody else impressed me? Schick's a very obvious one, isn't he? He's a very obvious one. And if we bid 43 million for Trippier, we are done out here, says Marketing. How much does everybody think Kieran Trippier's worth? So, yeah. Mark, Craig ain't as good as you. He can't take a joke, says iMac. I think Craig's very, very good. But, yeah, no, I think Schick's done well. Spinazzola at Italy's been very good. And considering he played against United for Roma, I'd say Spinazzola. A lot of people saying 20, 25 million for Trippier. Thanks everyone. I tell you what, it's good to be back. It's good to be back doing a show on my own. I've loved having the guests. I mean, we had Alex, we've had Rory. I've done a few with Craig, and I will do some more with Craig, by the way, because I think we have a good chemistry. But it's really good just to be back interacting, because that's one thing. When you have a guest on, you really, unfortunately, have to neglect the chat a little bit because you've got it back and forth. Hi, Mark. Did you end up watching your prediction of United 5 years from now back in 2017? Also, thoughts on Thomas Delaney? Zaith, I tried to. I can't find that video. I can't find that video. So if you tell me the title of that video, I will go and watch it back. And I may even do a reaction video especially for you. I tried to find that video. I can't find it. So I haven't watched it. Renate's here with a sticker. Love it, Renate. Hope you're doing well. Not heard from you in a while. Yarmolenko has also been decent. Says Himanshu. Yeah, Advath can't find it either. I couldn't find it. The team is great on both channels. Love it, says Tom. Yeah. Well, of course, yeah, they are. Just give it. Mark, thoughts on Man United and Leicester transfer policy? Leicester's transfer policy is good. Can you give me some ideas? Well, actually, I know what we're going to do at half-time today. But if you've got any good half-time topics that we do, it can't just be talk about one thing. We've done like Team of the Season and Team of the Euros and all that jazz. We've done top 5 players in the world. So some good stuff like that would be good. Shame Norway didn't qualify. Would love to have seen Haaland playing, says Jamie Williams. I think Norway are a bit crap though, aren't they? So that's probably why they didn't qualify. Thoughts on Dakar to Leicester, says Honey Hicks. Good signing. You know what? Dakar to Leicester. I mean, I heard he was going to go to Liverpool. Dakar to Leicester would be very, very interesting because they need that sort of forward. So, yeah. Euro Wraps back tomorrow night on Twitch Danish. I was going to do it tonight, but I thought tomorrow night would be a good night to do it because we've got Euros. We've got England tomorrow, so that would be that's going to be the good one to do, I think. And I'm proper looking excited to it. Proper looking excited for that one. So yeah, you can catch me on Twitch with that one, which will be good. Team to reach the final, says Aggro. Thoughts on Thomas Delaney? I don't get the Thomas Delaney thing. Dakar is a proper player, says Advath. Who would be a dream signing, says Shane? Probably Ndidi or Declan Rice at the moment. We just desperately need a specialist CDM. You know, that chat we had with Alex yesterday about a proper CDM. United are desperate for it. I think for me, it's the priority signing. Jimmy Garner. Anybody else is blurry, says Jimmy Garner. I don't know why it would be blurry if it is blurry, but there you go. Some people are saying it's a bit blurry. Maybe refresh your screen. Thomas Delaney would be an interesting addition. Yeah. Most overrated and the underrated team in the Euros. I like that from Himanshu. Most overrated team is Turkey. Most underrated team at the moment. I actually think Denmark are underrated because they've got no points. And obviously, I think Denmark are in a false position. Will Italy make it to the final, says YK? I think to get to the final, Italy will have to beat France or Portugal. Or, you know, I think semi-final for Italy. At the moment, I'd love Italy to win it, apart from England. But, yeah. Ukraine are underrated, says Jack. I think Ukraine against Austria on, I think it's Monday, will be good. Thoughts on Young going back to Villa? Up the Villa, says Alex Byrne. Well, it's hard, Alex, because I live quite local to Villa, so I sometimes get down to watch the Villa. And at Villa, Ashley Young was a decent player, and at United, he was a decent player, and then he became a right back, and you know, I think Ashley Young lost his ability at that point. So I don't really know what I think about Ashley Young and what he can offer the Premier League, because I mean, like, how old is Ashley Young? Anybody tell me how old he is? I mean, I'll probably find it out before you lot. Ashley Young is 35, and he's going to be 36 next month. So, yeah, I think he's... I don't want to be negative, because I would love him to do well at the Villa, but I think he's a player that's probably lost it, to be honest, in fairness. Can you shout out my mate Alex Rolland from me, says Phil. And Phil tried to get me with his second name is Heranus and his first name is Phil. Well done, Phil. Yeah. And top 5 transfers for the top 6, Mark, for a video idea. This is David Smith. Good one. Mark, check what Delaney did. It's crazy. What do you think of his performance? This is Sergey. And Romano said there was no bid for Varane, but we have a good relationship with his agent, who is also Trippier's, also ordered stuff for United Stand. Video. Thank you very much, Daniel Kirk. And haha, pleased to make a reaction. It's quite funny. The title is Manchester United lineup in 5 years. Everybody writes it down. I can't believe that didn't come up in my search, because I searched 5 years United Stand and it didn't come up. Interesting. I'm going to do a reaction video for that, I think. Thoughts on Gattuso joining Spurs? We spoke about it a little bit. I think it's an interesting sign. Interesting. I think he'll be box office. But the thing is, Conte would have been a manager that wins things. And I don't think that will be the case with Gattuso. I've got the TV on at the moment, and I can see all the Scottish fans in England, in London. They made a right mess of Manchester, you know, when there was the Europa League final a few years ago. Look, it's like Christmas for them, isn't it? You know, they're going to be relevant for a day, so enjoy it. And I would say about Scotland, if England don't turn up, then things could happen. I mean, look, football is littered with shocks. Scotland. I mean, I'm doing a preview tomorrow, so I don't want to. Tomorrow morning, I've got my preview going out, so I don't want to dwell on this game against Scotland too much. But you know, Shea Adams could start and score a goal. You know, Shea Adams against John Stones and Tyrone Mings, it can happen. Peter Hare says, Mark, how did your daughter's tryout go? The next Alex Morgan. You know what, Peter? That phone call. She's at her second trial tonight, and I had a phone call, and I think they're driving back now. So I'm a little bit on edge because she could. I don't know. That's why I was saying I've had an important phone call, because she's been at a trial for a second trial tonight, and the messages I've had have been, she's scored a goal, she's done quite well. The annoying thing is that she's probably better than half the academy girls, but it's hard to see if they're going to see that. So I don't know. I'm fingers are crossed, but we'll have to see. We'll know while we're live, because they'll come through this door to go where else they need to go. Will Norwich stay up next season, Mark? Says Ben Berridge. No, sorry, they won't. They won't. Mark, is there a side that you've been disappointed by this Euro? Says Joel Morris. Well, I throw that back to you. Turkey, and I'm not awake at night going, I can't believe Turkey, Yilmaz and Kalanoglu, you've ruined it for me. What are you doing? Oh. I'm not like losing any sleep about it. You know, I'm watching classic Office and falling asleep relaxed. But I think you know, in fairness, a lot of people were sort of calling for Turkey to do well. They should have done better than what they've done. Like, Wales should have beat them 6-0. Italy could have beat them 6-0. So Turkey have been a joke, an absolute joke. They've been really, really poor. I think it's a disgrace, people saying Ollie out. I think we all know the real CUNTs are the Glazers. Get those money-stealing rats out of the club, says Mark Brillman. There you go. Can I just ask you to please subscribe to the channel, by the way, because we are... we're very close to 430,000. We're only 80 subscribers away. So please subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and get us to 430k. And thank you everyone for tuning in as well. Jamie Thompson says we're nearly close to 300k as well. Who did you play for in youth football, says Connor? Well, to tell you that, I'd have to tell you sort of like where I lived and the school I went to, which I'm not really comfortable doing, to be honest. But I had a few trials and stuff, but yeah. Thoughts on Hakimi to Chelsea, says Emmy. It's not happened yet, has it? But I'm looking forward to this game. I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch Belgium against Denmark. I've sort of exposed myself a little bit there. I didn't watch it. I was just keeping an eye on the score. So I don't really know anything. I'll watch the highlights later. Because it was Seb's birthday, we were doing like, presents and tea together and stuff like that. You got to put family first. So I haven't watched that game. So this is the first game I've watched today. So I'm very excited about it. Turkey makes a good sandwich, enough said, says Peter Hare. And can you wish my friend Rajesh a happy birthday, says Haywood. Happy birthday. Just in relation to the games that we've got coming up for you, just in case you want to plan them in. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, it's Sweden against Slovakia. So it's Isaac on show again. Get your eyes on Isaac. And I think Sweden do, having drawn with Spain, Sweden need to get a win against Slovakia, who actually, Slovakia did quite well, didn't they? Slovakia beat Poland. It's the old Skriniar and Hamsik show. So England obviously is the massive game tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Of course, I'll be doing that one. And Croatia against Czech Republic at 5 o'clock, I think is quite an interesting one as well, because can Croatia bounce back? Is Schick going to score again? Obviously, England have got Czech Republic to come next Tuesday. And then Saturday's a big day on Saturday. You've got Hungary against France at 2 o'clock. I'm going to be doing that one. Really looking forward to that. Portugal against Germany at 5 o'clock. I'm going to be doing that one. Really looking forward to that. And then you've got Spain against Poland at 8 o'clock. And then Sunday's a really weird day. It's a bit of a quiet day in the Euros because there's only one game. There's two games, but they kick off at the same time. 5 o'clock, Italy against Wales, and also Switzerland against Turkey. There's only one game, effectively. But on to Monday, you've got the 8 o'clocks and the 5 o'clock start. The last 2 o'clock kickoff is actually Saturday against France and Hungary. So the tournament is... This is what happens with these tournaments. It feels like they've only just started, and then, they're whizzing through. They're absolutely whizzing through. So anyway, we're getting very close to kickoff here. I did go through the team news before, but I'll do it again for you just very, very quickly. The Dutch, probably the favourites in this game, I would imagine. We've got what have I done here? De Ligt's back anyway for the Dutch. That's what I was trying to tell you. De Ligt's back. Stekelenburg, De Ligt, De Vrij, Blind, Dumfries, De Roon, De Jong, Van Aanholt, Wijnaldum, Weghorst, and Depay. It's a good team. It's not a great team. It's not like Italy or anything like that. But it's a good team. I think the Dutch sit between the sort of Italy, France, Portugal. I would say the favourites, and I think Dutch probably hanging around the sort of German, England sort of level. And I think England could be in the French level if they had a decent coach. But the Dutch are sort of like are in the sort of second tier, if that makes sense. Bachmann, Dragovic, Alaba, Hinterger, Schlager, Lehmer, Sabitzer, Ulmer, Gregorczyk, and Baumgartner are the players for Austria. And I'm going to go 2-1. 2-1. I'm going to go for 2-1 to the Dutch. That's what I'm going to go for tonight. Thoughts on Spurs bottling the Fonseca deal, says Robin. You know what? Are they better off with Gattuso than they would have been with Fonseca? I think there's a debate to be had there. They should have got Conte. That was the deal to go for. But they were going to get Fonseca. They didn't get Fonseca. And that's where we are now. Apparently Locatelli is a Manchester United fan. I'd love Locatelli at United. I've got no concept that it'll actually happen. Anyway, we're about to kick off here. Let me get the timer right. Austria. What did Austria do in the first game? The Dutch won. The Austrians won against North Macedonia. So if Austria could get a win today, they'd be through. Look at that. Look at that, Pratt. What is he doing? What is he wearing? He's got his top off and half his pants up above his jeans. Do people still do that? Remember when people used to wear their jeans by the ankles? This is a true story, right? Early morning raid, when I used to be in the police years ago. I can't believe I was ever actually in the police. It just feels like a different world. Early morning raid, warrant going to arrest somebody, and we arrest this guy, and he gets, we let people get ready before you take them to the police station, and he gets ready, and we're walking out, and he's giving everybody so much stick. He's proper angry. He's probably been up all night watching, I don't know, Countdown or something. He's not very happy, and he's walking along, and he Sorry, let me just get the timer on the screen. Yeah, so we've allowed him to get ready. Obviously, human rights and that. We're walking along, and I'm behind him, and all I can see, basically, he's got his jeans on, but he's basically belted them up somewhere between his knees and his arse. So you can basically see all of his white boxer shorts and then his jeans. And I said, mate, you've not put a belt on. Your jeans are falling down. Oh, he went mad. He went mad. He went absolutely mad. It's the fashion. I was like, bloody hell. How can you even walk? So I'm glad that that fashion sort of disappeared now. Anyway, we have kicked off. The timer is there below, and it's me and thee. I like Austria. They've got some good chemistry, says Nicola. And comment on Scotland fans as if England are saints, says Eden Shaw. What are you talking about, Eden? Chill out. Scooby-Doo. What's the matter with you? Scooby-Doo. What's the matter with you? So, Austria playing in black, the Dutch playing in orange. And I'm just going to change the channel because that is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Need it on high HD. There we go. Evening, everybody. Let's go, boys. Scooby-Doo. Manuel Locatelli used to support Man United, says Ehab. He was pictured beside a Van Persie shirt at Old Trafford on his Instagram. Well, he'd be very welcome coming to Manchester United, but it would take competence from United to do that. Here's Wijnaldum, switches it out to Memphis. Obviously, he's signed to Barcelona. So, you know, proof that you can be in the Euros, playing important games and make a transfer. It can happen. Louis Figo is at the stadium, says Tankin. Louis Figo seems to be at every game. It was absolutely incredible. Absolutely fantastic, Mark. How are you, Mark? Absolutely brilliant. It's brilliant. I'm loving the Euros. It's absolutely fantastic. Kartik, thanks for the sticker. And looking HD, Mark, says Alfie Green. Thank you very much. And Cam says you're a good looking guy. Where is Van der Beek, says Larry. Larry's been living in a cave for the last couple of weeks. He is injured, mate. He pulled out of the squad a couple of weeks. Well, probably about a week ago now. But yeah, he's injured. Injured. It's going to be the Wijnaldum, so, says Chai. Would you take Memphis Depay back at United, says Himanshu? No. Would a pivot of Donny and Van Locatelli work? No. Got a cracking half-time show to discuss as well. Really looking forward to that. Which club manager would be best at managing a national team, says Troy? Well, there's a lot of there's loads of club managers that'd be good at international level. Really, I really liked Dumfries from the Netherlands in the last game, the right wing back. The Dutch are playing with a back five, says Daniel. Yeah, keep your eyes on De Ligt because he's not going to leave Juventus for Manchester United. But if you think De Ligt would be a good player for United, you just watch De Ligt. For me, he's just not quick enough to play with Harry Maguire. That's a good fast pace to this game. Remember when De Ligt was the big signing as well? What does first refusal mean for the Depay deals, says Nickett? It just means that, so when you sell a player, you could have a... Oh, lovely play into the box there. When you sell a player, there's numerous ways of selling a player. You could sell a player for 80 million quid. You get the 80 million quid. That's the end of it. You could sell a player and have a sell-on clause so that if you sell Lukaku to Inter Milan... and then he goes to play for Chelsea, you might have a 20% sell-on clause, which means you get 20% of the fee that Chelsea play. Nearly in there. Lovely little ball into Weghorst, but keeper was quick off his line. You can also have something called a first refusal, which is basically, I think Man City have got it with Sancho. So what happens there is Man United bid £80 million for Sancho, Dortmund are going to accept that bid. So they ring up Man City and say, look, we've had a bid we're going to accept. Do you want to match it? Are you interested? So that's a first refusal. Most of the time, people won't have the first refusal. I was speaking to Paul Ince about this a couple of weeks ago on that interview I did on Paddy Power. And basically, when he was sold by United to Inter Milan, when he was coming back from Inter Milan, United had first refusal and refused it. So he ended up going to Liverpool. I don't think it was a penalty. More of a shoulder barge, so... It certainly wasn't given anyway. So 5 minutes in, good pace to it. Mark, he's still having nightmares about Weghorst, says Jimmy Garner. He is a player that always seems to sign for Burnley on FIFA and then beat me. I can't. I'm looking forward to FIFA 22 actually. I'm gonna get on that game early doors and make myself really good. City won't take Sancho. No, they're not involved in that at all. You know, I think they have got a first refusal, but he won't go to City and City won't want him. I don't think there's a lot of love lost professionally, I don't think there's a lot of love lost between Sancho and Pep, to be honest. I think Pep felt that Sancho probably should have been a bit more patient and stayed and developed. And I think Sancho felt that City should have played him sooner. So, what do you think of Hakimi to Chelsea, says Owen Stanley. Thanks for the super chats that are coming in, by the way. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right hand corner. We're only about 50 away from 430k, so please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. I don't know how advanced this Hakimi to Chelsea thing is. All I know is Hakimi's a really good player, and I think he'd fit the Premier League very, very well. Oh, good interception here. Here's Weghorst. Plays it wide, and he'll pick it up again, will he? No, Alaba's there. Alaba playing a central position today. Alaba plays in lots of different positions for Austria. Sometimes he's like a left wing back. Sometimes he's left back. And I think today he's playing at centre back. He's probably said, look, Varane's left Real Madrid. I need to play centre back. Get me centre back. I like Alaba, by the way. I do like Alaba. What was I talking about before that? Nice little ball down the wing. Keeps it in as well. The Dutch are on the attack. Oh, he should have... What did you dive for, you bloody prat? You see, that's a shame, that is. That is a shame. The Dutch player into the box, and he thinks about taking the dive. And if he just stayed on his feet, he's in a fantastic position. And he decides to sort of defree it is. Centre-back as well. He's on a really good run. And he decides, he sort of half decides to dive. And then if he'd stayed on his feet, he's in a lovely position. If Ollie don't get a single sign-in and end up third next season, would Ubali out, considering he overachieved this season, says Gunny? Probably. Would you take Alaba at United? Yes, I would have done. Hakimi, we were talking about Hakimi, weren't we? So, what do you think will be the biggest transfer of the summer, says Matthias? There's going to be a penalty check here. Penalty check in this game. Remind me about Hakimi. Biggest signer, I think, will be Haaland. That'll be a penalty. That will be a penalty. Alaba. There's no way he's not going to give it. It 100% is a penalty as well to the Dutch. If Ollie don't get a single, we've done that one as well. Mark, have you ever broken a bone, and is it a funny story, or got any other funny injury stories, maybe from football days in your youth? Joshua Bowser. Oh yeah, Bradley broke my leg and it was hilarious. I'll come back to that. We've got a penalty now. Clear penalty when you look back at it. It's nothing to do with the tackle on De Vrij. De Vrij was sort of in the box and decided to take a bit of a dive, but then the loose ball came through. I think it was Dumfries went for it and Alaba caught him. Didn't look that, didn't look like it on live viewing, but when you watch it back on the replay, there can be no complaints. It's a definite penalty for the Dutch, and it's Memphis Depay to put. And this is good. I hope Holland do. I hope the Netherlands do score, because early goals in games like this I think, make these games really much better. So there he is, Memphis, to put it away against Austria. And he does. Good penalty. Keeper goes the right way, but he's gone low and he can't get down quick enough. And it's 1-0 to the Dutch, with Memphis making it in there. Memphis makes it 1-0. And I forget who scored in the first game for the Dutch, so I don't know whether that's his first goal or not. But Alaba giving up the penalty as well. A little bit reckless. But it's 1-0 to the Dutch. Memphis Depay, lovely little penalty. Lovely little penalty. Not going to criticise. Lovely little penalty. And we had, Netherlands-Ukraine was probably the game of the tournament. He didn't score in that game. It was Wijnaldum, Weghorst and Dumfries. So it's actually Memphis Depay's first goal of the Euros. But he's up and running with a penalty. Didn't he do well? He took it very, very well. Good penalty. Good start to the game. 1-0. Puts his hands in his ears as well. Hi, Mark. Can you give a shout out to Ophelia in LA, please? Says Hugh. There you go. Ophelia, shout out in LA. But yeah, we're talking about Hakimi. I'm a big fan of Hakimi. And I do think that, I'd be jealous of anybody getting him. Whether it's, even Arsenal. I think Hakimi's a very good player. And again, it would just be... One thing I would say about Chelsea is they don't seem to buy... They seem to buy players, and I'm sure everybody feels like this, but they seem to buy a lot of players where I go, that's a good player, that's a good player. Like Ziyech, I know he's not really worked out, but I thought that's a good signing. Werner hasn't worked out, but I thought that's a good signing. Havertz, all right, not worked out yet, but that's a good signing. So I think they make signings that, you go, oh, that's a good signing. So Barca 1, Madrid 0, Memphis, Barca, Alaba, Madrid. Yes, good spot there by Varad. But the only thing I would say about Hakimi to Chelsea is what a good signing he is. But what does that mean for Reece James? Because I think Reece James is really good. Here's De Jong, Memphis with the shots. And the Austrians need to be a little bit careful here. There's a bit of a skill gap going on. We should go for Dumfries over Trippier, Mark, in my opinion. Thoughts, and how much do you reckon he'd cost? Plays for PSV. 2 years left on his contract, says Matthew Compton. I think Dumfries probably falls into the category of an Isaac, maybe a Calvin Phillips, maybe a Locatelli. Breakout players of the tournament. We checked him. Yeah, he'd be worth a move, Dumfries, and I would imagine he will get a move. But look, you never know whether he'd adapt to the Premier League. 20 million says Advath for him. Be interesting to see who the players are that break out from this tournament. Actually, and when I say a breakout player, they may stay where they are, but breakout. So 1-0 to the Dutch at the moment. It's been a good game. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for the England game. It's going to be a cracker. I've just had a message from Craig. Patson Daka is set to join Leicester. Done deal. The official proposal has been accepted by Salzburg board today. Leicester are planning to announce the new signing next week. Here we go. No Liverpool, Chelsea, Leipzig for Daka advanced today. There you go. That's a fantastic signing. I'm going to have to tweet about that. Do you think Werner would have worked better at United, says Per-Erik Klassen? Well, look, the thing about Werner is that Klopp wanted him as well. So, he's a good player. A very good player, and I think that I could crush a grape. Does your computer ever do that? Automatically changes your fucking browser to Yahoo. Who uses Yahoo search? My computer does that. It wants me to use Yahoo, and it keeps changing my default browser to Yahoo. Bog off, Yahoo. I hate Yahoo. Rubbish. Just give me Google. But, he's a good player, Patson Daka. I quite like the look of him as a forward. And I think that, Leicester, again, showing that ability to work well in the transfer market. Did you? How many got in?
6.
Really? Are they short for numbers then?
They're doing this thing where they're going to have, they're expanding their squad.
Oh dear.
What do you mean?
Are we going to accept the offer or what?
Well, should we see what the offer is?
Let's see what United have got to say. Okay. Well done. I'm live at the moment, so I'll just shake my hand or something. Yep, so she got in. She's got in. I can't say for what team, but she's done trials over the last week. Second trial today. She's got in. Goldbridge. Love it. Absolutely fantastic. So we'll have some negotiations. We'll speak to her agent and we'll see what Madrid have got to say and what Manchester United have got to say. But I'm proud. I nearly lost it a little bit there. Very, very proud. Yes. Come on. Get in. Get in. Love it. Love it. Very, very pleased. What do you expect? You know, she's probably got all this ability from me. Anyway, I was just about to do something there. Oh, they're on the attack. The Dutch cross comes in, but yeah, I can't say which club it is because that would be unfair. But yeah, we go. Congrats! Thank you for everybody. Thank you for everybody. Really appreciate that. Thanks everyone in the chats. But yeah, going back to Patson Daka to Leicester. Leicester again. They're just so good in the transfer window. I've just put a tweet out there. Do you want me to read it? I basically said Leicester make United look utter shit in the transfer market, and they do. They really do. Yeah, thanks everyone in the chat. So yeah, my daughter's had a couple of trials over the last sort of couple of weeks, and I think it was like her second trial today, which I couldn't go to because she doesn't like me to go to the trials, to be honest with you. I think she feels a bit of pressure when I go to the trials, so I'm very proud, very pleased that she's got in. There you go. Congratulations, thanks everybody. It's down to her, and she's good. She is good. She's good. She's like a tenacious midfielder with a left foot. And she's really actually is quite tenacious because basically I've modelled her on Roy Keane. It's been an experiment bridge for me. I don't know what I'm going to do with Seb. I think he can be like a Messi, but or a Ronaldo. But with Maddie, it was like you're going to be like a Roy Keane player. So I've basically chiseled her into Roy Keane. You know, she's very tenacious and gets stuck in, leader sort of thing. Project Roy Keane guru, yeah. I'm probably not going to be able to do. I probably won't be able to do as good a job with Seb turning him into Ronaldo because I was never that good with skills and stuff. But so what's a trial? So basically, this time of year, I think they do it with boys as well. But the academies invite. Well, girls' football's a little bit different because in girls' football they don't scout. In boys' football, you'll have scouts going around watching them and inviting them. But with girls' football, because it's a little bit, newer, they basically just they do like trial days. So they invite players to come and have a trial. And then if they like, but they don't just they don't just sign you. They'll give you a few trials before they make a decision. And most people won't get in. So there we go. She sort of plays centre mid or left mid. But she's been playing a year up, so she's 11, but she's been playing under 13, so which has probably held her in good stead. So the physicality side of it was always important. Came back from DR Channel, watch along. There is no talk of the ongoing game, just talks on tie, says Arm Square. And what about Hakimi, says Himanshu. Yeah, I like Hakimi at Chelsea. So 20 minutes gone, 1-0 to the Netherlands with a Memphis Depay penalty after a foul by Alaba on Dumfries, I think it was. So far, Netherlands very impressive. I mean, looking at their team, they don't really have a weak spot. I mean, the Netherlands, to me, could be Italy if they had that style of play. They've got that sort of level of player throughout their team. But I don't think they'll be a threat for winning the tournament. I certainly think they'd be looking to go quarterfinals. And then once you're there, you never know what happens. But Austria not able to get into this game at the moment. Not at all. In relation to Daka to Leicester, he's not a player I've seen a lot of, but from what I have seen of him, very exciting. And I think I said this about Leicester. Obviously, we do a lot of watch-alongs on this channel, so subscribe if you're new. Leicester are a very good side. They should have had Champions League football over the last 2 seasons, but they've just fell away. And I think Leicester's problem is depth in the attack. I think defensively, they lose players and they're fine. They've got cover. But up front, you lose Vardy, you're in trouble. And I think they desperately need that sort of striker. Now, Daka is probably more in the Vardy sort of mould. That if Vardy gets injured, you could play Daka with his pace and, cause people problems. So I think if Leicester could get Lingard, he'd be a good signing as well. Give him some depth there. But we'll see what happens with Leicester. But yeah, Samari's a good player as well. And I don't think they'll be finished there. Leicester are a well-run club. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. We're very close to 430,000. And share the video. Please share the video if you are watching. Share the video. There's a share button. Share the video on Twitter and Facebook. That'd be fantastic. Let's see if we can get up to 7,000 watching. When's the next Cooking with Goldbridge? Love your channel. Best wishes from Austria. Hope we can get a draw tonight. Shout out to my brother Jan, says Peter. Austria, I can't wait to sort of get out and about again and start touring around Europe. I sort of want to get in a car and just spend a month driving around Europe. Austria, France, Belgium, Denmark, Switzerland, Canada, Finland. Just really want to have a good drive around Europe. How has De Boer landed the Holland job with his track record, says Daniel. There's a few managers in international football like that, though. Joe, Southgate's a little bit like that. But no, let me just finish up on Hakimi, otherwise I'm just going to cause everyone to jump off a cliff, I think. Hakimi, to me, good player, but what does it mean for Reece James? What does it mean for Reece James? Canada is not in Europe. Yeah, Canada is not in Europe. Canada is in North America. So, yeah, sorry about that. I do want to go to Canada though, but I cannot drive there from Belgium or Austria. I would need a boat or fly and get a different car. You could ride a camel in Canada. No, it's a moose, isn't it? Canadian moose, not a camel. They could. Reece James could be turned into a right centre back. Yeah, in a back five. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. Tamori has made his move to Milan permanent. Oh, lovely shot there. Side netting from Memphis for 25 million. Also, Ashley Young has rejoined Aston Villa, says Mr. Majax. Thank you very much for all the super chats that are coming in. I need to do some travelling. I haven't, that's one of the things. I've done a lot of things in my life. And I haven't got any regrets. But one thing I do need to do is more travelling. I haven't seen enough of the world. I do really respect people who get out there and see the world. And look, when I say get out there and see the world, I'm talking places like Edinburgh, Chester, Norwich, Swindon, Milton Keynes, Bournemouth, Brighton. I've not been to any of these places either. So, I do need to do Mexico and, Austria and India and places like that. But I'm not a homeboy. I know people who live within 10 miles of where they went to school and have never moved all the whole life. I mean, I left Nottingham when I was 18 and went and lived in Ireland for 3 years. And I never went back to Nottingham, really. So I have moved around a bit, but I just don't think I've really travelled Chicken biryani on the next Cooking with Goldbridge. This is pratic. Yeah, sounds good. I have got a really good Cooking with Goldbridge to do, but just with the way the Euros are going, I think after this week I will be able to get back and do stuff on my own channel again, because I do love my own channel that's not football. Mark Goldbridge. Come to Swindon, Mark, says John Harbour. I've been to Cornwall a lot, Luke. Thing about me is I do things a lot. Like, I've been to Mallorca loads. Because you know what? This will probably shock you. It won't. I know what I like, and I tend to stick with it. So I love Mallorca. And I really should just buy a villa there if I had the money. But I love Mallorca. I love Dublin. So I've been there loads. I've been to Mallorca loads. Been to Cornwall loads. But I don't really try new places enough. And I've been to London loads. Manchester loads. I'd never try Liverpool. But Austria just can't get the ball here at the moment. 25 minutes gone, and the Dutch are looking comfortable. I'll tell you what, I'd like to see Gravenbach get on. I like him. It's interesting about Daley Blind, isn't it? I was reading this today about Christian Eriksen, that they're going to have to give him a, I don't know what they call it, a heart monitor or a pace setter. It's basically a device they put in the heart. So, if you have a heart attack again, it sort of helps the heart start again. Well, apparently Daley Blind has got one of these, so you can still play the game with one of these things. And I never really understood what the issue was with Daley Blind. I think Daley Blind did sort of collapse, didn't he? But he didn't have nowhere near the extent of what happened with Eriksen. I suppose, look, at the end of the day, it's not up to Eriksen if he wants to keep playing, is it? I mean, it is to a certain extent, but I would imagine that all the leagues and international and UEFA will... oh, there's a chance. There is a chance. He cuts inside, he shoots, and it shoots straight at the head of De Ligt, who's gone down a little bit here. But it was a good little bit of a run by Baumgartner. And he cuts into the box, he gets his shot off. Keeper would have saved it anyway, but it hits De Ligt in the face. De Jong is class, Umar. Yeah, De Jong's the sort of player you could sit in front of your back for as a CDM. There's an Arnautovic. Bit of a shame that he's not able to play today. And they do need to be careful, Austria, because if they lose this game, they play Ukraine in the last one, and that'll be an interesting match. Come to San Diego, California. You and the family would love it, says Peter here. Mate, California is massive, isn't it? I'm watching The Hills at the moment. Because I used to watch it when I was younger, and they're now revisiting all the cast, and it's just massive. California is massive. When they stand on the hills and look over California, it just goes on forever and ever and ever. It's massive. Maybe Goldbridge World Tour each pre-season, Diogo. That would be good. Hold on a minute. He's into the box. Good tackle by De Ligt. Austria having a bit of an attack here. Hopefully they can get a goal and make a game of it. Remember, the Dutch defence was a little bit shaky in the last game. Inglewood. Dunk, 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 dunk. I love that film, Boys to Men. Boys in the Hood. Boys to Men. I make love to you the way you want me to, and I'll hold you tight, baby, all through the night. Imagine Boys to Men walking through Inglewood, singing like that. It wouldn't last 5 minutes. Boys to Men. I meant Boys in the Hood. What a film that is. I love it. Inglewood. Yeah, it's bloody good. That's a bloody good film, Boys in the Hood. Good summer film as well. There'd be boys in the mud if they went in the hood. Do you like rap? Cumsy cumsar. Take that are better than Boys to Men, says Gary Barlow. Thanks for tuning in, Gary. How are you doing? What do you think about my daughter getting into her trials? I think it's absolutely fantastic, Mark. Absolutely incredible. It's just all that hard work paying off. It's just makes you so happy. and I'm over the moon. I'm absolutely ecstatic. It's absolutely incredible. Man United should sign a player from Turkey, says Mohammed. Well, I don't think any player from Turkey has filled themselves with praise at the moment. They've filled their pants with shit because they've been shit. Goldometer at the moment, I'd say 70% Dutch will score the next, 30% Austria. So half an hour gone. I've got a cracking half-time debate to have. Agalos says you stop with your Turkish slander. It's not Turkish slander, mate. You've disappointed a lot of people. Another player there saying United should sign Dumfries. Do I want Ramos at United? Depends what other options there are. I mean, I probably would prefer Koundé over Ramos just because he's younger and he's got, he'd be with us for longer. At most you're going to get a year and a half out of Ramos, whereas if you bought a Koundé, you could have him for like 5 years. Kathy says, I'm enjoying the crack. Mark, last night's watch-along was so serious. Well, yeah, we're just trying to mix things up on the channel. I mean, I think, having guests on is a nice thing. I think I will do a couple more with Craig, definitely. There's a lot of Euros games. I can't just sit here and do all of them. It's hard work. So, but no, I do like, it's a couple of days since I've done a watch-along on my own. And I do like doing them on my own because I get to interact with the chat more, like I said. Ashley Young's going to go to Villa, says LCFC. Did you know that Ashley Young is 36 in July? So, he's not young anymore. Scooby-Doo, says Davin. And look at Thiago Silva for Chelsea. So, yes, I'd take Ramos, says Jay. Thoughts on Daka, says William. I think he'll be a good signing for Leicester. Liverpool were looking at him. Leicester being ruthless in the market, says Jack Higgins. And do you want Ronaldo at Manchester United, says Thomas. Yeah, I'd always take Ronaldo back. Always take him back. I don't think Ramos is going to go to the MLS, Himanshu. I think he will stay for another year. Clearly didn't want to leave Real Madrid though, does he? Clearly doesn't want to leave. England game tomorrow, yes, that will be me on my own. I refuse to share a screen with anybody for an England game. Although I will be sharing a screen because in this top corner here, you will have the fan park in London, London town. So you'll be able to see the Shard again in the Paddy Power fan park. Looking forward to that. He wanted more money. Yeah, Ramos did want more money. Give it. Are you going to have Romano on the show again? Probably, yeah. I mean, I always try and get Romano on. We did it last year. I always try and get him on before the transfer window opens. And sort of, I like him to sort of give an indication. Because the way transfers work is that it's not like the transfer window opens and teams go, let's start doing some business. They'll have been working on deals for a while. So it's always good to get, someone like Fabrizio on just before the transfer window opens. Because ultimately, I think a lot of what he's saying is still the same. Like, he told us that, United won't get a midfielder unless they remove Pogba or Van der Beek. We want a centre-back, but we don't know which one. Sancho, very good chance it will happen. Trippier's a player that they admire. It's the same old stuff, really. But obviously, you get more clarity in the transfer window, but it's a bit all over the place. Ramos wanted a longer contract, Nora. Good shot from distance there, but it's over the bar. Austria. I would like to say they're getting a little bit closer. This was Hinteregger, but again, it would have been down the keeper's neck if he'd had a shot. I'm very sure that the doctors will advise Eriksson to end his career with this serious incident. 3 players in Norway with the same situation had to stop playing, says Per Erik Klassen. I didn't realise, actually, in relation to Eriksen, how widespread it was, because it seemed to be, isolated incidents. I think we had Mark Vivian Foe, who played for West Ham, who tragically died on the pitch. Mwamba was another one. He didn't die, thank God. And obviously Daley Blind was another player I was aware of. But after this Eriksen thing, you become aware that actually it's not widespread, it's not common, but it affects all players. Because would you rather have Koundé or Varane at Manchester United, Pizza? It doesn't affect all players. What I'm trying to say is that it can happen to any player. And at the end of the day, I suppose there's so many games of football all the time. I mean, at any one time, how many people are running, full pelt playing football? I mean, would you rather have Koundé or Varane at Man United as Pizza? Yeah, Varane, please. I'll have a Varane, please. Because you called pizza. I was like, what do you want on your pizza, Varane or Koundé? Not only, but hideous. But as a centre-back, I would like Varane. Nori at Ajax. Was that a heart condition as well? Yeah. He was a very young lad as well. Was he like 17 when it happened? And he's now in a coma, isn't it? Do I think Rashford will start for England tomorrow, Cameron? Well, I'm doing the preview in the morning, so we can talk about that there, but I don't expect him to. I think he'll stick with the same team. Aman says that La Liga dates have been confirmed. They normally start later than us, don't they? Any Americans you'd like at United, says Josh? Well, I definitely would take... I'd definitely take Reina and Pulisic. Have we hit 430k yet? Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. We were very close to 230k. I'll have a look. We're 5 subscribers away from 430,000, so please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. You're very welcome on this channel. Doesn't matter what team you support, that's football's for everybody. So please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and get involved with the channel. Everyone's welcome on here. We do a lot of watch-alongs and all that jazz. Reina is a banger of a player, says Himanshu. I always get drawn to your comments, Himanshu. I don't know why. I'm going to have to monitor what it is that you know why I always spot your comments. Maybe there's some sort of an analytical reason with that name or something. McKennie's a good player. Thames as well. Fun fact: Mark, only players that have won number 7 at Manchester United have scored a penalty in the Euros. It's Michael Flattery. This is a fun fact. I didn't do a dream team. No, I will do it next year. I'm gonna get into fantasy football next year because I always enjoyed it. Please share the video if you're watching as well. We're getting close to 7,000 watching. Quit United stand to do that's football, says LCFC Kieran. I mean, I wonder what the proportion of non-United fans are that watch this content, actually. Haaland to Chelsea thoughts, says Kenny. I think that could be the big signing of the summer. Chelsea want a striker, and there's not a lot of striker. What a ball this is. If Weghorst scores this, why did he not hit it first time? Why did Memphis not score? It's a delightful ball to Weghorst. It comes across his body. He's just running into the box. The ball comes across his body. And it's there to be volleyed on his right foot. He plays a fairly decent ball to Memphis. I think it's Van Aanholt. What a ball it is by Van Aanholt. Absolutely delightful. It's just there to be hit. Just smack it on your right foot. I don't know why he didn't do it. He plays it to Memphis. Memphis should score. But why did he just not smack that? weird mentality. As a footballer, I really thought he would have just hit that. But Memphis should have scored. He should have scored. But I would have volleyed it. I wouldn't have even done that. But he might score this one. Oh, it was a good chance again. Wijnaldum. They've had a few chances, the Dutch. I wonder how many of us have the same condition as Ericsson. We just never reached the level of excursion needed to trigger it. These days, the only thing raising my heart rate is putting the bins out, says Nick P. Lovely little play, though, by the Dutch. And I tell you what, he's come alive in the last few minutes. Van Aanholt. Lovely ball in. Why did he just not smack that? I can't understand why. I'm so disappointed in Weghorst for just not smacking the crap out of that ball. Yeah, we've got a really interesting topic to discuss at half time, so I'm interested to see how you get on with that. We'll do it together. Taylor says Weghorst did put it on a plate for Depay though, and Mr. Major says it's not FIFA, Mark. You know, it was a good pass. I know, but look, I just think as a footballer, when somebody plays a ball like that, it's very rare in a game of football that somebody will play a ball across your body with the right pace and the right bounce for you to just volley it. Is that not why we play football? You know, that's a delightful ball by Van Aanholt. It comes right across Weghorst's body. It's not spinning. It's just a lovely ball. It bounces up perfectly. Bang! Volley it. If you hit a steward behind, you say sorry, but hit the bloody ball. Would you take Kimpembe at United, says Kim Walsh? You'll probably prove me wrong in this Euros, but I think he's got a mistake in him. I'd take him over Lindelof. I mean, God, you know, I could write a book about centre-backs that take over Lindelof, and that's not because I think Lindelof's terrible. It's just because I just don't think he works well with Maguire. But here's Memphis out on the left, or he's offside. Have you been to Oxford before, Ruben? I have, and I actually quite like it. Well done, Oxford. ABC123, hope you're doing well. Do you think Raul Jimenez will get back to his best? And what are your thoughts on Wolves and their new manager? Says ABC123. Who is your manager? Sorry to be ignorant, but I haven't noticed that. And Raul Jimenez, I mean, he should get back to normal. It might be a psychological thing, but he should get back to normal. You know, Aaron Ramsey's broken leg was bad. Valencia's broken leg was bad, but they got back playing. It's the psychological thing. If the doctors say he can come back and play and his head's strong, then, you know, I think that he can come back. But it's the psychological thing. Is he going to chuck his head into things that he used to? I don't know. Bruno Lage is the new manager of Wolves. Benfica manager. Portuguese. Wolves like Portuguese things for some reason. Hi Mark, in your opinion, how bad was Depay at United? Says the Trout. They might score here. Wijnaldum into Depay. It's the player. I mean, they've had so many chances to really put this game to bed. Well, not even put it. You can't say they've put the game to bed at 2-0 because they were 2-0 up against Ukraine and they came back. But Austria need half time here. There's a ball on. He's missed it. Yeah, I saw that. But no, Memphis wasn't great at United. But I did always feel that you know, I actually wonder at Memphis under Ollie, I think would have done a bit better man management. But he's a good player, but he just couldn't settle. If you could take one player from Leicester, who are you picking? Says David Smith and Diddy. And hi Mark, in your opinion, how bad was Depay at United? We've done that one from the Trouts, haven't we? We've done that one. Good super chats they were. Thank you very much. We're only 100 away from 7,000 watching, so please smash the like on the video and share the video. I have been to Epsom as well, WBG Force. Depay was too inconsistent, says Marvin AM. I've never been to I have been to Liverpool, Baz. I have been to Liverpool, but I try not to. Who's one player you would take from Arsenal, says Water M. Oh, God. Do I have to? If I absolutely have to. Wash and Go. Oh, God, they're back again. Hey, Mark. Here at the Wash and Go Corporation, we were wondering how many drunk badgers can you really fit in a sleeping bag? Hashtag Wash and Go Bridge. How many drunk badgers can you really fit in a sleeping bag from the Wash and Go Corporation? What's that got to do with washing your hair and going? What's drunk badgers in a sleeping bag got to do with it? Drunk badgers in a sleeping bag. Well, it depends how big the badger is. I don't handle drunk badgers. You know, to be honest, drunk animals are not my thing. And you know, you might be getting a call from the RSPCA. Who's got 2 questions? Why am I putting drunk badgers in a sleeping bag? And also, who got the badgers drunk? So, Wash and Go. I would rather you're asking me questions about hair than drunk badgers. But if it's a standard single male sleeping bag and a standard male badger and they're drunk and I want them to have a good night's sleep and not suffocate, I would say you could probably get 6 drunk badgers in a male in a standard male. Well, it doesn't have to be male, in a unisex single sleeping bag. And I wouldn't zip, you know, and they'd have a good night's sleep. They'd have a hangover in the morning, but they'd have a good night's sleep. Just to clarify, I am not getting the badgers drunk. So thanks for the super chat from Wash and Go there. Another riddle, and anytime, I don't know what they're on about. I don't think Depay was bad. I just think he was brought on with a lot of pressure. Also, may you do a video of players that need to be sold or sent on loan to develop. Also, which player do you want to see more of next season, says Omar Marquez. I quite like that question from Wash and Go, actually, though, because it was a puzzler. Unisex sleeping bag, says Wobby. Unisex just means, like, both people can use it. Or could have just called it a sleeping bag. You're right. Could have just called it a sleeping bag. Right, it's half time, so your excitement is at peak, I know. But we're going to discuss at half time because there's not a lot to discuss from that. Top 5 Ballon d'Or contenders. And that's going to be the half-time chat. So top 5 Ballon d'Or contenders. Now, that for me is, I don't know how the Ballon d'Or works. I don't know whether they do it based on the calendar year or the season, but I'm going to do it based on the season. So the top 5 players of the season that should be winning the Ballon d'Or, we're going to do that. It's 1-0 in the Dutch game. Penalty from Memphis, but they've had loads of other chances. Austria probably should be quite happy that it's only 1-0 at half time. Second half, they need to come out and do better. Hi, Mark. Can you call my brother a Pratt? Says Justin. I can't. I don't know how you pronounce him. I'm just going to call it Og. Mark introduces to Mrs. Goldbridge. Says Nathan Harper. Come on, no. And she says no. And let's start with the Premier League first, Mark, says Advith Warrior. What, top 5 players of the season in the Premier League? No, we're going to do Ballon d'Or. It's the Euros. We're going to do Ballon d'Or. We're going to do Ballon d'Or, Advath. We're not changing minds halfway through. We can do Premier League another day. We'll do that tomorrow night. But tonight we are doing top 5 contenders for the Ballon d'Or. And I want to do that. So, first of all, this season, don't give it to Lewandowski because of he should have won it last year. Kante wins it, otherwise he's been robbed, says Omar. So, how good's Lewandowski's season been in the Bundesliga? That's the first. We're going to work through this together. I'm happy to put Kante in there. In fact, I'm going to write him down now. Kante, I'm happy to put in there. He can be a contender for the top 5. I believe that Ronaldo and Messi probably should be considered. 45 goals in 36 appearances for Lewandowski. Thanks for the super chat there, Marty Wiles. McTominay is not going to get in the top 5 Ballon d'Or contenders. So Lewandowski can go in there. Yeah. I just didn't know what his goal scoring record was this year. I didn't watch Bundesliga, so I don't really know. So yeah, I definitely would put Lewandowski and Kante in there. The mad thing is, Ruben Diaz won Player of the Year in the Premier League, and so did Kevin De Bruyne. But I wouldn't put either of them in the Ballon d'Or conversation, which is weird. It is weird. Lionel Messi actually did have a really good season, didn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Messi had a really good season for Barcelona. I think he scored a lot of goals. They didn't win anything, but as an individual, I think he had quite a good season. So I think Messi probably would be a contender for it as well. Ronaldo or Lukaku, somebody said there. Well, Ronaldo did score a lot of goals as well. I mean, look, you can chuck Messi and Ronaldo in there. I mean, they've been. It's not like they're going to be embarrassed to be in a conversation for the Ballon d'Or. I mean, they've dominated it for the last however many years. So I think Messi and Ronaldo probably do get in there for goals scored if Lewandowski's going to get in there. Mark, please Google Andy Firth, the goalkeeper who was a Liverpool youth. I'm going to Google him now. KVD. Apparently, he looks like me. There's a singer in a band. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Getting on my tits. Yahoo. Absolutely ridiculous. Yahoo search. Nobody wants that. Andy Firth. No, it looks a little bit like me. Probably looks about... It does look a little bit like me, actually. I'll give you that one. It does look a little bit like me. But then, no, there's a lead singer of a band. I can't remember who it is. People who I actually think looks like a little bit like me as well. People are actually looking. It's close, but you and the Draughty do watch along final, says Gunny. And Harry Kane, does Harry Kane get in there as a Ballon d'Or presenter? Well, does Harry Kane get in there just because he scored a lot of goals and got a lot of assists? I mean, he didn't get there. He didn't get there for Player of the Year in the Premier League, did he? So we're doing top 5 contenders for the Ballon d'Or. So basically, the top 5 players in Europe over the last season. For me, Harry Kane doesn't get in there. Kante does. Lewandowski's there. Messi and Ronaldo are there. Does anybody from the... does anybody like... I mean, does Bruno Fernandes get in there? I think Ruben Diaz actually has to go in there. I think Ruben Diaz has to go in there as well. Kylian Mbappe, Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez had a good season, you know. He did. Timo Werner, yeah. Omar says Kante, Lewandowski, Ronaldo, Messi, De Bruyne or Neymar. I would say base it off trophies and influence you have for your squad, says Omar. Well, yeah, it's an individual award, isn't it? The Ballon d'Or is basically you're the best player in the world. So it can't just be about winning trophies. Otherwise, Messi wouldn't be there. Ronaldo wouldn't be there. You know, neither won the league and neither won the Champions League. And interestingly enough, PSG, if you want to put Neymar and Mbappe there, they didn't even win the French league, which is something they, you know, they're almost born with. So, Mbappe or Eric Haaland, says David Smith. I mean, was Haaland's season was very good. It was very good. I think Haaland, I don't know. So the top 5 I've got at the moment are Kante, Lewandowski, Messi, Ronaldo, Ruben Diaz. Is there anybody else you would like to add into there? Messi won the Copa del Rey, says Bobby. Does anybody else want to add to that top 5 Ballon d'Or contenders? Diaz, Ronaldo, Messi, Lewandowski, Kante. Anybody want to add anybody else in? Make a case for somebody else. I think you could have made a case for Bruno Fernandes. You know, I actually do think you could make a case for Bruno Fernandes, Raymond. You know, you can make a case for... I personally think you could make a case for Mason Mount. I think you could make a case for Harry Kane. Could you make a case for De Bruyne? You could make a case for De Bruyne. but it's based on the calendar year, Mark. So would it be this calendar year or last calendar year? Because last calendar year is very different to this calendar year. Haaland's the best striker behind Lever, says Even. Lukaku's a consideration. Apparently Mbappe is favourite to win it, says Danny. What's that? But it's based on this year, says Jonathan. And when do they give it out? Is it like November time? So what happens in the Euros is going to be very important then, isn't it? But I think we would have to do it based on the season, to be honest with you. Ballon d'Or is based on the year. Attackers always win the Ballon d'Or. It should be Lewandowski, says Marvin AM. Well, you know what? I agree with Marvin. I think it should go to Lewandowski. Who do you think should actually win it? We've sort of done a top 5 there, but I think he should win it. I thought he should have won it last year, and I think he should win it this year. Coman to United, he wants to move, can play left wing, right wing, says Anabav. United are going to get Sancho, mate. That's what they're going to do. Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight, by the way. I've just got Steve Clark on the telly. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. But, look, it's a big game tomorrow. We will have a watch-along tomorrow, and I will have the fan park crowd. I loved that. I think it was a lovely addition. Big shout-out to Paddy Power for that. If you didn't watch the England game with me last week against Croatia, make sure you tune in tomorrow night. In this corner here, we'll have a fan park, so we'll be able to see fans live in a fan park, and if goals go in, everything, it'll be fantastic. But will Scotland be Scooby-Doo or Scrappy-Doo? Now, if you remember the old Scooby-Doo and his mysteries, he used to hang around with Shaggy, not Shaggy from Oh Carolina, my love. Imagine that, Shaggy, for the singer, with Scooby-Doo. That would be funny. No, Shaggy was his mate, and sometimes they used to hang around with Daphne, another one with glasses, and a white-haired guy called Jeff, I think his name was. Answers on a postcard if you can remember the crew. It was Daphne, Thelma, and I can't remember what his name was. Jeff. Anyway, sometimes his little cousin would turn up. Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo. And his little cousin would turn up. It was this tiny little dog. Scooby-Doo was quite big. If he attacked you, although he was quite friendly, he'd probably take your face off. But Scooby-Doo, Scrappy-Doo was this little thing. He used to go, let me at him, let me at him. And he was a little dog. And that was a little bit like what Scotland were like against Austria, Czech Republic. So will we get Scooby-Doo or Scrappy-Doo? I never wanted for us to sell Depay. Always thought he would come back. Makes me sad, says YUFC. Your thoughts on Ronaldo and Coca-Cola dropping in stock, says Iskander. Thank you very much for that. And I never wanted to sell. What do you think will be the starting lineup tomorrow, and will it be different from what you want? Says Periodic Klassen. Well, I'm doing a preview for this tomorrow. It'll go out on this channel in the morning. So yeah, but I just the thing I'm really hoping for is that he doesn't start a right back at left back. That's what I'm really hoping for. Definitely. Does anybody? His name was Fred. His name was Fred. Fred robbed, says John Marston. His name was Fred. I don't know why I called him Jeff. Everyone hated Scrappy-Doo. Yeah, even as a kid, if I put it on and it was an episode with Scrappy-Doo, I'd be like, oh, get rid of the annoying little shit. Put him in a dog home for a very long time. He was an annoying little shit, Scrappy-Doo. I haven't forgotten Fred. I just couldn't remember what his bloody name was. Scooby is a Great Dane, so he definitely would rip your face out if he tried, says Taylor J. Yeah, well, that's what Scotland need to do tomorrow. They need to be up for it, and yeah, I think it'll be a good one. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, we'll have the fan park footage in the stream again as well. So yeah, looking forward to that. Apparently we've hit 430k as well, says Rutger. Thank you very much. Please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. They don't mean Fred for Ballon d'Or. People. Yeah, you know what? If people have tuned in like there's a tweet I put out saying we're doing top 5 for Ballon d'Or. Imagine that. Imagine living in that world. They've come to the party late. They've just logged onto Twitter. They've seen Goldbridge has tweeted halftime chat top 5 for Ballon d'Or. They come into the chat and all they can see is you lot going Fred. They're like, fucking hell. That Goldbridge, he's always talking shit. Look at him. He's like the Pied Piper. He's got people in the chat voting for Fred for the Ballon d'Or. And actually we're talking about Scooby-Doo. This is the way this channel works. We wander off. Phil Jones for making money without playing, says Gunny. And is that the real trophy? Yeah. We couldn't get the footage, so we got the real trophy. I mean, where would you rank Fred? I mean, just realistic, not Fred from Scooby-Doo. Where would you rank Fred as a footballer? And look, I've just asked you an impossible question there, because I don't think you understand how many footballers there are in football. I mean, there's 22 players on the pitch tonight. So I don't think Fred is in the top 100 midfielders in world football. And I feel safe saying that. He won't be in the top 100 midfielders in world football. When you think about it, look, Man City have got Rodri, Fernandinho, Gundogan and De Bruyne. That's 4. So Man City have got 4 straight away. Liverpool will have 4. That's 8. Chelsea will have 4. That's 12. You know, you can probably put him outside the top. I mean, might make top 50 in the Prem, but there's other leagues, so he's definitely not top 100. He's not a top 100 midfielder in the world. He might not even be a top 200, but he's definitely not a top 100. You could get to 100 better midfielders than him very, very easily. You know, there'll be Swindon midfielders better than him. That way, joking. No, I mean, look, he has his attributes, but he's definitely not a top 100 midfielder in the world. Same for McTominay. Definitely. Players are out on the pitch anyway. What do you think is going to happen in the second half? I think my goldometer is telling me that the Dutch will score first. So I'm actually 75% sure the Dutch will get the second goal here. Thanks everyone for tuning in again. Really enjoying doing these watch-alongs in the Euros. And as you know, we've got England tomorrow. England tomorrow at 8 o'clock kickoff. We'll be live on here from 7:30. And we'll have the fan forum footage as well. But the Dutch are a bit ragged here. The Austrians are on the attack. The cross comes in. But De Ligt, who's had a very good game. De Ligt's had a very good game today. I'm going to give him a tweet. We had a super chat come in from Omar. Where would you rank United? Because if he starts for us, then he's got to be somewhere in the top 300. No, I mean, he's not the best, but he's okay. I think that's a good topic for our half-time show, actually. I'm going to keep that back. But I can answer that question. Where do you rank? All right, I mean, we can do different clubs if you want, but where would you rank Manchester United in world football? You know, where would you rank Manchester United in world football? There's been a foul here. It's going to be a free kick for Austria, I think. The ball looking a bit serious. Looks a bit boring, actually. Oh, what's this? Simon Stone just talking about revenue. Okay. Austria having a bit of a go here. Sabitzer tried the reverse pass, but good to see Austria coming out second half and having a bit of a go. They're better than they were in the first half, but can they keep it up? Good cross, edge of the box. Wijnaldum goes for the shot. Oh, good block, Austria there. Need to hold the ball up a little bit better. Lovely play by Sabitzer here. Apparently Sabitzer is available for 15 million. 15 million pounds for Sabitzer, apparently. Dutch just bringing the ball out here. Where would you say? So lots of people are saying United would be 8th or 10th in the world. Well, we got to the Europa League final and finished 2nd in England. And look, as a United fan, good covering there by Alaba. As a United fan, you know, I can be quite critical of the way we play. Unbeaten away in a season, 2nd in the Premier League and Europa League finalists. I think that probably slips us into top 10. And Goover says, as a Chelsea fan, I'd say you're 7th or 8th. Got to be lower than Villarreal, I suppose, but that's a one-off game in a cup final, mate. So, you know, I think more off Premier League form. Well, it's a bit like the Ballon d'Or, isn't it? Where is Manchester United in world football? Are they a top 10 team in the world? I'd say they probably just about are. You know, off the top of my head, I can think of... I mean, for example, you know, I think people would easily say, "Oh, Barcelona would beat United." I'm not convinced they would. I'm not convinced they would. They might do, but I'm not convinced they would. Then again, Villarreal did, so it's not much of an argument. I'd put United just about in the top 10. And mainly that's because we came 2nd in the Premier League. Austria have been a lot better this second half anyway. They're moving it ball around nicely. Nice little slip ball in there. Cleared away. Headed away. Good tackle. They're hungry in the second half, Austria. They've not turned into the team hungry, but they're looking at that. The final ball's a bit shit. This is the problem, though. We've said this so many times. So many times. There's a real lack of top-class strikers in world football at the moment, and Austria are a prime example. If they don't find one, they'll soon be extinct. But they are. There is a real lack of top-class strikers in world football at the moment, and I think we see this. Some, you know, when you're watching Sweden tomorrow lunchtime, they've got a striker who can cause issues, but Austria. You know, even Czech Republic have got a striker that can cause issues. But, you know, there's so many teams in this tournament. Spain are a prime example. Spain and Germany, yeah. Himanshu again. Could do a nature show in the back garden where I'm David Attenborough, yeah. Thinesh is right. I remember 10 years ago, everyone seemed to have a top striker. It's the circle of football, isn't it? You know, it seems to me that there's a bit... You know, we'll go through a point where there's a lack of really good centre defensive midfielders or something, but there's a lack of real top strikers, which is weird because everyone wants to be a striker, don't they? I think Spain should pick Marino, actually. I'm hoping they're going to pick him on Saturday, Elias. I think he's a better player than... Morata. Timo Morata. Cross from Alaba. Straight into the keeper's arms. Temple says United are definitely in the top 6 teams in the world. It's like the circle of life, but it's the circle of football, Adverth. It's the circle of life in football. Spain should have gone for Rodrigo or Aspas. Spain are just not the same anymore. I like Timo Werner. We were talking about him last night with Alex Goldberg. I like Timo Werner, but you can't dispute the fact that he's had a very lacking confident first season at Chelsea. But we won a Champions League. They got top 4. Sean Dyche would think differently. He's sleeping on wood. I'll tell you what. You're talking about lack of strikers. You're forgetting about Chris Wood. I tell you what. I bet Sean Dyche is in bed at home. I nearly said with Chris Wood. Imagine that. I could imagine Sean Dyche and Chris Wood in bed watching the football. They're not naked or anything like that. They're sat there with, a bag of crisps and some beer. Bag of gravel. And he's going, I'll tell you what, Woody. Look at Weghorst. He's like you. He's a Dutch you. Look at Schick. He's a Dutch you. Look at Kiefer Moore. He's a Poundland you. Sean Dyche is going to be loving this tournament. Loving it. There's so many strikers he'd like to get his hand on. Schick. Weghorst would be a brilliant Burnley player. He really would. How far do you think Italy can go, Sophia? I'm going to minimise it as semi-final. I'm a little bit worried, actually, because at the end of the tournament, I'm going to react to my Euro predictor. But when you've made... when you know anything you've done well is going to get ruined anyway. I predicted Giroud for top scorer, which was idiotic. And I predicted Turkey semi-final. I mean, Turkey are out. Turkey are actually out. Andre Silva's a good striker, Han, but unfortunately he plays for Portugal, so he's not going to get many chances to play up front because they've got Ronaldo. But he's a good striker, Andre Silva. I don't know whether he'll get his move to a big club, but he's a good striker. I mean, look, you never know with Pep. It's the sort of striker Pep would buy, He'd go, I've seen something in him, get him for 20 million. Connor says Turkey are not out yet. They are, Connor. Wake up, Connor. They're going out. Do you want me to tell you why they're going out? They're going out because they conceded 3 goals against Italy and 3 goals against Wales. So their goal difference is -6. There will be teams that go through with 3 points in third place. But they're going to have the worst goal difference. So they're not going to go through. Are you a fan of Top Gear, Mark, says Luca? The old crew, yeah. Oh, I'm a massive fan of Top Gear. Nothing more me and Woody would like than give us a mini metro and we're driving around Cornwall, stopping at pubs and, just having a great old time, crabbing and, bit of surfing. Me and Woody. We're just cracking Instagram photos. Love it. The best June ever. And then back for pre-season in Burnley. Oh, they conceded 2 against Wales. So they're 5. How's Harry Potter's mate doing, says Dryamus. What's his name? I don't even know what his first name is. Dumbledore Weghorst, isn't it? Or something like that. He has got a real Harry Potter name, hasn't he? What's his first name? Is it? I think it begins with a W. What's Weghorst's first name? Here we go. Well, yeah, Wout Weghorst, 28 years of age. Harry Potter's best mate. I'll tell you what. I think he'd be brilliant at Burnley. I don't disagree with you, Goldbridge, but I've got Wood, and I don't mean Chris. But I think Weghorst would be very good at Burnley. What do you think, Gary Barlow? I think it'd be absolutely incredible, Mark. Absolutely fantastic. He reminds me of a young Howard Jones and Jason Orange. Take that. Here's Wijnaldum. I'd like to see the Dutch make some changes here. They're only 1-0 up. Goal difference doesn't count. It's head-to-head, then goal difference, says Ashland de Kock. Your surname made me want to say something I'm not going to say. How can it be about head-to-head when they're not in the same bloody group. Listen to what I said, Ashlyn? I said Turkey are out because they're only going to finish third place. They can't finish second place because Turkey and Wales have got more than 3 points. So Turkey can only play for third place. Yeah? We've established that, yeah? And therefore head-to-head won't count because third place is against teams from other groups. So it'll be goal difference. They're out. Unless Turkey smash Switzerland about 4-0, they're out. They're out. They're out, Weghorst. They're out. People are on about my age again. You know what? Honestly, I was having this argument with my daughter earlier on. Cheeky sod. I said, we were walking to school this morning, and she said, you know, there's a lad in our class who's got a mum who's 50. I was like, and? No. She admitted it. One of his friends went up to him and said, are you 50? And she said, yes, I am. And I was like, what's your point? Well, she doesn't look 50. She doesn't look anywhere near 50. And I went, yeah, but I don't look my age. I look about 30. And she just laughed and then walked through the school gates and left me stood there. You know, imagine me. Imagine, you know how I like a bit of banter. Imagine if someone burned me like that and just walked away. I'm just stood there like with my mask on. Fortunately, she couldn't see my mouth drop. I would say, on a good day, I'd probably look... I don't want to be arrogant, but I'd probably get away with about 23. But, yeah. Good tackle, goes for a corner to the Dutch. You look 38. I don't think I look late 30s. I don't. I tell you what, this job's aged me because there was a time I used to be on this channel and people used to think I was about. They used to say, "Mark, you don't look any older than 30, mate. You don't." And I think the last couple of years it's really aged me. I really do, because I've been doing this a few years now, and you lot used to say, you don't look over 30, mate. You don't. And I used to agree with you. But if I now look 40... Oh! How's it not gone in? It's like Pinball Wizard. Delete. But somebody headed it. It should have been 2-0. How did that not go in? I don't know. The cross comes in. I think it's the free. Keeper saves it and then delete. It deflects wide for a corner. Unbelievable. Should have been a goal. Another corner. And I tell you what, they're lovely corners by Memphis. And a wild volley on his right foot. I think it might have been Daley. No, it wasn't Daley Blind that time. It wouldn't be Daley Blind on his right foot. He wouldn't have tried that. He wouldn't try that. It was Darun. But cross came in. The free. Keeper palms it out. And then Delit should really score. But it deflects and goes out. Sweet about me. Nothing sweet about me. Yeah, Justin's got his head screwed on. He says, you easily look like you're in your 30s. I saw somebody yesterday, right? I can't... Oh, I'll get myself in trouble here if I tell the truth, because... Let's say I saw it wasn't an audition tape that somebody sent in. It was for the United stand. I saw them down the shop. Let's pretend that. I'm an idiot. I've just literally just told you where it was from. Anyway, right. I saw somebody yesterday, and they were like, "Hi." Hold on. Shoots wide. Veghorst. They were like, basically, they said my age. They said, "Hello, this is me. I'm 34." Right. I tell you what, if they were sat next to me now, you'd think I was 20 if they're 34. Some of my mates from school, I would look 23 compared to them, and they're my age. You know, I think I look quite well for my age, to be honest. Dutch are looking like getting this second goal here. Still half an hour to go though. They need to calm down a bit, Austria here. They need a bit of a game plan. They need a little bit of a plan B. Ooh. I tell you what, tomorrow I'm going to clean shave. You watch what happens when I clean. I tell you what, that's what it is. It's the glasses and it's the beard. Tomorrow, I'm going to shave the beard off, clean shave, and I won't wear my glasses. And I tell you what, I will look 25. Goldometer, the goldometer at the moment, it will be like one of the. I will be Benjamin Button tomorrow, clean shaven. I'll do my hair properly. I'll get the glasses off, and I'll wear a super dry hoodie. In fact, people who wear them are in their 40s, and I'll look 25. Sorry for many super chats today. It says Perek Klassen. What do you think of Spurs' kind of chaotic chase for a new manager? Very Spursy. Very Spursy. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Ricky looks younger than you, says Niall, you cheeky git. We've never quite hit 7,000 tonight, have we? But thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Make sure you tune in this time tomorrow night. England against Scotland. I'll have the live feed from London fan park for you, so we'll have a bit of atmosphere going on as well. Very excited for that one tomorrow. Very excited for that one tomorrow. I'm excited for Sweden as well. 2 o'clock tomorrow, Sweden against I can't remember who they're playing, but somebody will remind me who Sweden are playing because I can't remember their group. They're in Spain's group. Yeah, I've forgotten the other team. But Isaac, good player. Looking forward to watching him. Substitution. We've just seen a substitution there and I missed it. Bloody Pratt. Yeah, Sweden are playing Slovakia. Skriniar, Hamsik, that's it. Spain are playing Poland on Saturday night. Saturday night dance, like the way you move. Be my baby. Dum 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 dum. Somebody said earlier, and they did do a super chat for it, so I feel I need to revisit it. Austria on the attack here, but the Dutch look well organised. Somebody did ask earlier, have you ever broken a bone in your body? Wish Johnny G a happy 60th birthday. He has hair like Fellaini. Come on, Scotland, says Liam the Don Macker. Happy birthday, Johnny G. Hope you have a good day. I hope you don't tomorrow if you're Scottish. Scooby-Doo. I mean, look, like, if Scotland win tomorrow, enjoy it. You know? Simple as that. That's what football's all about, isn't it? But there was a super chat earlier from somebody saying... have you ever broken a bone in your body and was it a funny story? Now, the super chat makes me laugh. Because how many people have actually broke a bone in their body? And was it a funny story for you? Because it's bloody painful. But so I can't think of a time where I've broken a bone in my body and been. You know what? Actually, what am I bloody talking? I've never broken a bone in my body. I don't think I have. No, I have. I'm lying. I have broken bones in my body. Toes. Oh, he's onside. He's got to take his time, and it's a goal. It's a great save as well, but they're looking for an offside here. It's Dumfries again. It looks like it's a goal. Somebody's saying 1-1 in the chat. It's definitely not 1-1. It's 2-0. And it's Dumfries with the goal, and that should be game over. Well, you say it should be game over. It was 2-0 and they got back before. He's booking people. Let's watch this back. Well, he's miles onside with the first pass. And yeah, be miles onside with the second one. So there's no issues with offside here. It's definitely going to be 2-0. They're having a quick look, but there won't be any VAR on that. He's timed his run well. I tell you what, though, that's his second goal. That's his second goal of the tournament. My man Mallon with the assist as well. If you know, you know about Mallon. He's a bit of a Goldbridge FIFA career mode veteran. FIFA 20, I had him at Villa in my career mode, and he did well. And FIFA 21, had him in my Newcastle career mode, and he did really well. You happy?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll go?
Yeah. Unless Mummy said that you're decide the choice, and if he says no, it's no.
Me?
Yeah, she said you could say no.
I've got the power. I'll think about it. TNT broke my arm 4 times. For people who are wondering what that's all about, I mean, I don't want to gloat or anything, but my daughter had her second trial tonight at an academy. She's got in, which I'm very happy about, and she deserves to get in. And she's worked hard for it. But that's my first chat with her, really, because we've been live. And she's happy about it. She wants to go, but I've got the final choice. She can go. She can go. If she wants to go, she can go. I can't train her as well as an academy. The thing is, if she goes to an academy, she'll be training 2 or 3 times a week, and you know, it's a good team that she's going to go and play for. So, you know, my only thing is that they'll train her better than I can. Well, actually, they probably won't train her better than I can, and they probably know that themselves. But you know, she'll be playing with better players. Well, actually, that's not true either, because when she's playing with me in the garden, I'm a very good footballer. But no, it'd be good for her. It'd be good for her. It's not Ajax, no. I can't give the team away. It's not fair to do that. But they are a good women's football team. Mellon showing his Goldbridge best FIFA signings to Salah Ahmed. Well, Salah, you must be very proud actually, because Salah Ahmed on FIFA career mode loves Mellon. So you know we've used him quite a lot. Change the score to 2-0. Yeah, but no, I'm in a excited mood tonight because it's England tomorrow night, and I'm hoping England are gonna. You know, if I was Italian, which I sort of am in a way, if I was Italian, I'd be so proud of my team. 2 games, fantastic football. A wealth of talent on the bench, through to the next round. You know, I'd be really excited if it was Italy, and I want that for United. I want that for England. I want that for England. Liverpool Academy, no, and it's not United as well. We're not travelling that far. The Glazers took 8 million dividends. Surely not. Surely not. Just wide. Just wide from Austria. It's another corner there. I mean, look, remember the Dutch were 2-0 up against Ukraine. And it came back to 2-2 and then they won it. But the Dutch have looked good tonight. They could have had more goals than they've had. And you wonder about the ceiling of the Dutch. How far do you think the Dutch can go? Where do you rank the Dutch in these tournaments so far? So United's debt stands at 445 million. I've just tweeted about it if you're interested, at Mark Goldbridge. Yeah, I'm just reading Simon Stone's page there. It's interesting, isn't it? Interesting. Does anyone know what the connection is with Scotland and the Netherlands? These Scottish-sounding names pop up every so often. Dumfries, Roy McKay, says Nick P. I think it was to do with a stag do. I do know the story about this. So there was a stag do in Amsterdam in I think it would have been about 1998 or something like that. Definitely like late 90s. So there was a stag do in Amsterdam where these Scottish lads went there, and they had a few drinks, a bit of the old wacky backy, and they ended up staying there for a few weeks, and basically they shagged anything that moved. So there's a lot of Dutch kids aged between sort of 20 and 25 who have got a Scottish dad. So that's the story, Nick P. Which is obviously a load of bollocks. Gravenbach is on. Lovely. Love it. Anyway, I've never broken a bone in my body, but I've broken my toe a few times. One of them I did about 2 years ago. It's sad actually, because my living room days are over, and not because of that injury, but because of COVID. I used to have the house to myself quite a lot because everyone was at work and stuff. But since COVID, the wife works at home now, so I don't get so much time to kick the ball around in the living room. But I went for a shot, and I just went over on my toe, and it was black in like a minute, and I broke it. You've broke your toe when it goes black. I think I put a picture on Instagram once about it. Cross comes in, but I've only ever broken like toes. I've never broken a finger, and I've never broken a major bone. Although I have got a big scar on my shin from getting on a train about 5 years ago. It was a wet day, and when the train comes at the train station and the doors open, I was right at the front, and as I went to get on, I slipped and I banged my shin right on the edge of the train door and fell into the carriage. But I got up quick because I knew there was loads of people behind me, and sort of hobbled to my chair. And I was like, oh, what a prat. And it hurt a bit. And I was like, oh, what a prat. And then I looked down, and at my jeans, there was a big hole in my jeans. And I thought, that's never good. Because it hurt a bit. Like you bang your shin on a stool or something. It hurt a little bit. But I was like, if that's ripped a hole in my jeans, that's not good. So I lifted my jeans up, and there was just this big hole in my shin. Like, literally, and it wasn't bleeding yet, which is always a bad sign. It's not, if you do a really bad injury, they don't tend to bleed straight away. It's like your body's going, right, this is really bad, and I had to go and have stitches and everything. But the funny thing is, I got to the hospital, and they cleaned it all out. Well, she hadn't. The nurse hadn't cleaned it all out. I'm sat on the table, and she's like, "That looks quite nasty," because it was. I'd had a plaster on it or something. Like, she says, "I'm gonna have to clean it all out. You might want to lie back. You might want to lie back," because I was sat up. She says, "You might want to lie back because I'm gonna clean it all out, and you probably see the bone and stuff." And I went, "Don't worry about it. I've been in the police. I've seen all sorts." She went, "Are you sure?" I went, "Yeah, definitely." She cleaned it out. I saw the bone. I passed out, and that's true. The blood went from my head. I was just like, oh. And I came round with a cup of tea, and she was like, "You all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm not too bad." "How long was I out?" She said, "We were coming." "Yeah, you were out for about 30 seconds, and then you were just mumbling for about 5. And I was like, "All right." So, yeah. The worst injury I've ever seen, and it wasn't on me, was a dog bite. Bit them right on the back of the leg. Now, if you feel the back of your leg, we're all feeling the back of our leg now. If you feel the back of your leg where your hamstring is, have you noticed how the skin's quite loose and you can feel all the muscle? Now, if a dog bit you or you got cut in that area, a lot of the back of your leg is quite hollow. There's no bone there, is there? You can feel it. It's all quite hollow. So this guy got bit by a dog, and quite badly on the back of his leg, and it was just all hollow and horrible, disgusting. But no, that did happen to me. I did pass out, and I did make myself look a prat. I was like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I've been in the police. You crack on." But the funny thing was, about a year later, I went downstairs to get a drink, and someone had left the coffee table out. I walked straight into it on the same shin, I came upstairs. And I went into shock. That shin injury really sort of left me with sort of psychological damage about shin injuries. Because it felt quite innocuous. It didn't feel like a bad injury. But when I looked at my jeans, I was like, oh shit, it is. So, you know what the saying is? Be careful of your shins when you're getting on a train. I still got it now. It's quite a bad scar. It's gone now. But you can feel the hole in the leg. I had to have an x-ray and it wasn't broken. They really thought it would be broken. And I was like, no, it's not. Do you think United should have kept Depay, says Ashley Crane? No. Going for Goldbridge, gang, where you at, says Alvin Block. I need to do a going for Goldbridge, don't I? I need to bring it back. So we've got about 12 minutes to go. Tell you what, I'm really enjoying these Euros, so make sure you smash a like and get involved. You're very, very welcome. We've got 12 minutes to go. They have been 2-0 up before and led it back to 2-2, but, I think they're going to be okay. Wash and Go's back again. What classic have they got here? Hey Mark, if you could have one football player's haircut from any point in history, what would it be? We would pay good money to see you with David Beckham braids, says Wash and Braidbridge. Wash and Go with Wash and Braidbridge. I tell you what, Wash and Go have really, 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 fallen in love with me, haven't they, on this, on these Euros so far? And I think about it and I think, well, out of all the YouTubers, I've probably got the best head of hair. DT wears a hat. Robbie and Brian really haven't got any. Probably me and Loz have got the best hair, haven't we? So I admire Wash and Go for coming for me, and you're probably about right. You say you'd pay good money for me to have David Beckham braids. My favourite footballer hairstyle actually was David Beckham, and I don't know whether I could do it now, but you remember David Beckham from the '98 World Cup, where he had sort of it was sort of a side part in, layered, bleach blonde. I used to have that hair. I need to find a picture of me with it. So that would be my sort of favourite haircut. I'm well open to having a Phil Foden. I'm well open to that. So if Wash and Go want to sort me out with lil cuts and sponsor me for that, I'll do it. But braids, I don't know about that. What is the best haircut? Can you remember Rio Ferdinand with braids? But then again, that was a sort of time of the world where no one really thought it was anything of it. That was when everyone was wearing baggy boot cut jeans. Remember that picture of baggy cut jeans? Remember what a goal! Oh, I thought that was a goal by Alaba. That would have been a cracking goal. He's about 40 yards out. He hits it. I tell you what, how close was it? It's a lovely hit. Oh, he's not far off as well. Oh, it's a shame that didn't go in. That would have been a bloody cracking goal. It's a shame that didn't go in. Who do you think's got the best haircut anyway? Wash and Go are asking. Who do you think's got the best haircut in football? Lovely hit by Alaba. Memphis comes off for De Jong. Cristiano's always had good hair. Jack Grealish. I could probably look good with Jack Grealish's hair. Cavani's got good hair, Cavani has got good hair. Give it to Eric Cavani. Pass him the ball. It's Sabitzer. 3v2. He's got to move it. He's probably waited a little bit too long now. He's too long. He's stuck. Opportunity's gone there. Do a German accent. I don't really do accents. They're more an accidental thing. Accidental thing. Scooby-Doo. I can do that. I can't do Welsh. Do you think Germany will lose against Portugal? Really excited about that game. Friday at 5 o'clock, Wales at 2 o'clock, and then Spain on the evening as well. So lots to get into with that. That's a nice ball. Oh, it was a chance as well. It was a lovely ball. And I think he should do better there. Austria. I don't know who it is, actually. Who is it? Onisiwu. Lovely little ball in. I tell you what, if that Alaba shot goes in, we've got a hell of an end to it, but it didn't. So that's that. But yeah, how far do we think the Dutch can go? Been impressed by the Dutch tonight, everyone? I think in some ways, and I stand by it, I think in some ways the Dutch are basically the same as Italy. But, you know, they've got the similar sort of player quality. I just think Italy play a better brand of football. Thoughts on De Jong? Would you take him at United? Says Divi. Oh, yeah. Fantastic player. Quarterfinals for the Dutch. A lot of people are saying, yeah. I don't know how. Let me just have a look at how this sort of Euro tournament tree would look. So Austria on the attack here. I've just got to keep an eye on this. But so we're playing the Netherlands. They'd have 6 points. They're going to finish top of the group. They're going to finish top of Group C, aren't they? So top of Group C will play third place from D, E, or F. So the seeding's very good. You know, they're going to play a third place team in the first knockout group. So you'd expect them to win that, and then into the quarterfinals. They will play winner of 3. Will play winner of 1, which is 2A and 2B. 2A and 2B. So in the quarterfinals, they play maybe Denmark or Wales. I mean, if I've read that right, they could get to the semi-final when you look at their path. I don't know whether I've read that right. There'll be people who know more than me. I think I've read that right. That they would play in the quarterfinals. Second place from. That can't be right. That can't be right. What? That cannot be right. 2A versus 2B. Yeah. So I mean, don't. How can second place play second place from another group, but England have to play bloody Portugal and France? Mad, absolutely mad. So I can actually see the Netherlands getting to the semi-finals if I've predicted that right. But yeah, I agree with what people are saying. Them being a quarter-final team. What manager would you have after Southgate? Says Hamoud. Ooh. I do wonder if Lampard's not took a job because he's thinking about the England job. Madfoot says that Dumfries on form is the best right back in the league. Look, the more good teams in the tournament, the better for the tournament. You know, if the Dutch can do well and be a threat. I mean, I remember them getting to the World Cup final against Spain all those years ago. But if they can go deep and do well, that'd be good. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. You're very welcome. Do not miss the England watch-along tomorrow. We've got the crowd in the fan park in the top corner as well. So when goals go in, you will see mad reactions, which is great. Imagine this team with Van Dijk. I don't think they miss Van Dijk. I mean, of course you miss Van Dijk. But defensively, they've got Blind, De Vrij and De Ligt. They're well stacked at the back. You know, they do miss... Obviously, they do miss a player like Van Dijk. But defensively, they're quite good. I'd say that the Dutch probably miss another good striker. Goldometer... I think there won't be a goal now. Do you think Reece James should play to keep Robertson pinned back, says Gary Turner? I think Kyle Walker will start. I think it's a good point, Gary, but I think they will start Kyle Walker. I got a black box in the bottom right-hand corner then. Yeah, AMG. For a moment, I wondered, did De Ligt have like a really bad injury, so they were just covering it up, but he's doing a funny little dance here. He might did it again. He's done it again. I take it this is being played in Amsterdam. Yes, it is. I've just seen the sign. He's gone down. He's in trouble here, De Ligt. This could be a problem for the Dutch. He's gone down. I think he's got cramp. Oh, he's all right. He's had a good game. Man of the match for me, De Ligt tonight. He's had a good game. Just cramp. The De Boer brothers, Frank and Ronald. Dumfries, man of the match, says Niemartis. Do you think Gerrard would take it next? Good experience, and if he won anything, he would be in high demand. Yeah, Mark, maybe. I mean, look, the thing for me is, I think England, the most dangerous place we could go out is quarter-final. Because if we go out before the quarter-finals, I think Southgate's got to go. If we go beyond the quarter-finals, then Southgate's going to stay. If we get to the quarter-final, I can see them keeping him. So, the acid test for England is going to be that first knockout game. But Southgate shouldn't be getting sacked. The quality of players he's got, it's just about getting them to use them. And they're so good, he shouldn't get sacked. But if we don't get past the last 16, he's got to go. And if he does go, there are options, like you say. I don't think it's been a great game, Roy, either. I think it's been a straightforward game for the Dutch. I think Austria have been poor. I expected more from Austria, actually. And is it North Macedonia are in this group, aren't they? So yeah, maybe they're not that good. The Austrians, they've not created enough. The Dutch have been good. I've been impressed with the Dutch, but they'll go through with 6 points, and the big game will be Austria against Ukraine in the last game of the group, so you can get second place. So that'll be an interesting game, and the Dutch will, cruise past North Macedonia. Big boys all qualifying, says it's about winning more. But yeah, they look good. They look good. Bit of an attack here for Austria. There's still a minute to go. You never know. They could get back. Dreams can come true. Where's Gabriel? I bet he doesn't get in the... Does Gabriel get in the Brazil squad? The Austrian centre-back? Surely not. Surely not. Fred does, though. Fred gets in the Brazil squad, so maybe he does. They're on the break here. Mallon again. Oh, he's so good. Salah Ahmed will be loving that. Dumfries probably available for 22 million, says Marvin AM. Sabitz has been disappointing, says Sniper Reaper. Yeah, he has. I've got Mallon in the bottom corner now in that black box. What's going on with this TV camera? I liked that Dutch kit. Was it the 88 kit? They love their football, the Dutch, though. Was that the last time the Dutch won anything? 88? Yes, of course it was. He's rapid, though, Mallon. I think he's on about going to Dortmund, isn't he? They're on about Mallon going to Dortmund. Don't miss the England match tomorrow. Watch along on this channel. It's going to be proper pumped up, and we will have the fan park footage as well. That is full time. It is 2-0 to the Dutch. I predicted 2-1, so I got that one wrong, but I predicted the score wrong, but I predicted the winners correct. So the Dutch will go through with 6 points. Austria will play Ukraine, both of them on 3 points. Both of them have beaten North Macedonia, both of them playing for... I mean, both of them will probably go through, actually, in fourth. One of them will go play in third place, but they'll play each other for the second place. There you go. Look, thanks everyone for watching. Really enjoyed the show. Back again tomorrow. 3 watch-alongs tomorrow, and some big games coming up as well. England tomorrow night. I think Czech Republic, Croatia will be interesting. Sweden with Isaac will be interesting as well. And then Saturday, we've got Germany against Portugal. Cannot wait for that. We've got Spain against Poland, and we've got France against Hungary. So a cracking couple of days of Euros. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks, everyone. It's been nice being back on my own, interacting with the chat. It's great to have a guest, but my favourite guest is always you. Thanks, everyone. Really interesting chats, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.